Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
All I gotta say is, who that? Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, Timothy J. Jones. And yes, I am the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And thank you all so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. Really do appreciate your time, no matter where you are, wherever you may be. On this edition, we're going to be doing our watch along, continuing our watch along here on the State of the Saints podcast, night number 2, rounds 2 and 3 of the NFL draft. And I'm pretty sure you already know by now the New Orleans Saints have made their selection in the second round. And no, it was not Shadir Sanders. And no, it wasn't Jalen Miro. Instead, it was Tyler Shuck out of Louisville. And I'm just wondering to myself, what in the shuck is going on here? I just don't understand it, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how Tyler Shuck just came out of absolutely nowhere and everybody just started talking about this cat, man. Everybody just started talking about him and ranting and raving about him and talking about how he can do this, that, and the third. And all of a sudden you heard the New Orleans Saints falling in love with Tyler Shuck. And look, I don't know what this dude gonna be in the NFL. I really don't. I don't know what he's gonna be. I don't know if Tyler Shuck gonna end up being a really good quarterback. I don't know if he's gonna end up being a backup for the rest of his career, but I do know this. It really seems to me like the New Orleans Saints organization are just intentionally trying to make their fan base miserable. It just seems to me like Mickey Loomis is just so set in his position. Like, I don't know if he just don't care. He just don't want to care about the feelings and the views and the thoughts of the Who Dat Nation. But the only thing that Mickey Loomis has been doing is ticking off this fan base by drafting the same caliber players all the time. You know, this basically is a perfect New Orleans Saints pick, right? It is a perfect New Orleans Saints pick. It is a pick where the New Orleans Saints, in my humble opinion, it just checks all the boxes. It checks all the boxes. An untouted guy, check. Is he a guy that played the quarterback position? Check. Is he somebody that played and nobody ever heard of him? Check. Is he somebody that always hurt? Check, 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 and check. The New Orleans Saints basically get the same type of dudes every single time. And that's what upsets people. That's what makes them upset. That's what makes them mad about what this team actually does. It happens all the time. And it's just frustrating, man. And then on top of that, now, I'm not the smartest man in the world. I am not, Who Dat Nation. I'm not the smartest man in the world. I don't even try to pretend like I am. But you go out and you draft a quarterback who has a good arm, can throw the ball down the field. But the knock on him, stop me if you heard this before, is that he gets happy feet in the pocket. Now, I swear the Saints had another quarterback that not too long ago was the starting quarterback of this football team who could throw the ball deep down the field, but had happy feet in the pocket. And yet again, the New Orleans Saints, they rid themselves of Derek Carr and they replace him with Derek Carr. Like it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But like I said, I don't know what this dude gonna end up being. I don't know that much about him. I really don't. Like this, I really honestly started hearing about this dude maybe about 3 weeks ago. Like I seen him at the combine. I mean, no disrespect. At the combine, dude didn't look like nothing. Like he was not impressive at all at the combine. At all. The only person that looked like they knew what they was doing out there during the throwing portion of the combine for the quarterbacks was Jackson Dart. I got video of this dude sailing passes over wide receivers. I got like it ain't like I ain't seen nothing special out of dude. I didn't see anything special out of dude. But like I said, this is such a New Orleans Saints pick, man. And man, people are tired of this team. Like people are tired of this football team. And you know, I'm okay with whatever the heck they're doing right now, as long as if it don't pan out, we don't have to see Mickey Loomis no more. That's all I gotta say. Like, okay, you want to get Tyler Shuck, you want to get Calvin Banks, who I like. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. But if it don't work out, can this dude please go upstairs? And can we please find a general manager that is not going to keep on doing the same thing? Do y'all understand that the New Orleans Saints, 10 out of the last 12 drafts, have drafted an offensive or defensive line in the first round? Do you know what that means? That don't mean that you just out here just hitting them out of the park. You are not drafting good enough that you have to go out here and replicate a draft pick because you missed on it. I just wish the Saints had the same energy that they had and what they have in defensive linemen as they do in quarterbacks. Like I just wish, like the way that y'all be going and getting these offensive and defensive linemen again and again and again and again and again. Every time you whiff, I just hope they would do that for the quarterback position. I don't get it, man. The New Orleans Saints had an opportunity to draft a quarterback with some promise. And, you know, like I said, this dude might end up being it. But you have a guy that's a true athlete in Jalen Miro. You got a guy that is an accurate passer in Shadir Sanders, and you decide to go with the guy that people just heard about 3 weeks ago. It just don't make no sense to me, man. It just don't make no sense to me. I mean, his stats, you know, if anybody want to hit his, I mean, he did do a really good job. I mean, he's a native of Chandler, Arizona. He threw for 3,195 yards, 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, QBR of 75, and which is 24th. So pretty good numbers, man. Pretty good numbers. His overall college record was 12-2. He spent most of his time in college. That's why, you know, he's pretty much up there in age. He was the backup. Check this out. He was the backup for Justin Herbert, man. That's how long dude been in college. Justin Herbert, how long Justin Herbert been in the league? He been in the league for a minute, man. Oh, what, 2021? He came into the league maybe like 2020, 21, something like that. And this man still, like, man. And he was the backup to Justin freaking Herbert. But, hey, man, I don't know what to think. But if you picking him, there's a nice chance that this dude might end up being a starting quarterback of the New Orleans Saints. So I don't know. I don't know, man. Let's see. Let's go ahead and read some of these comments. He's going to be old, TJ. That's what he's going to be. I don't think so, man. I think he's going to end up being a starting quarterback on his team this year. And shouts out to Saratoga. Drinking my sparkling water right now. Titans head coach waited for first year, then got Cam Ward. It was no reason to reach. He about to be 26-year-old rookie. Yeah, I mean, and well, the Baltimore Ravens just got Mike Green out of Marshall, man. That's a good spot for the kid. Man, Shadir Sanders still hasn't been drafted. Now, can everybody, like, seriously, seriously, is anybody ready to concede that this man getting blackballed? Is anybody ready to concede that this man getting blackballed? You can sit up here and say, "Oh man, he's not a first round talent, a second round, a third." One good reason out of seven, 1 out of 7, that's enough. I hope she sells the team. That was not only Mickey, this was Kellen also. Yeah, that was a Kellen Moore pick. And if he's Kellen Moore's guy, he's Kellen Moore's guy. But God dog, man, like, this is the guy that y'all came to the conclusion with. I just hope that he just pans out. We really drafted Carr Jr. I think he's a little bit more mobile than Carr, man. My biggest fear for him, to be quite honest with you, is just his durability, man. Like, you drafting a guy who's had his fair share of injuries. Let me see if I can pull up some of his injuries throughout college. Because, like I said, he's been in college for like 7 years. Let me see. Let me see his injury history. All right, so Tyler Shuck has a history of injuries during his time at Texas Tech. That's where he started, including a broken collarbone in 2021 and re-injured the same collarbone in 2022 and a broken fibula in 2023. These injuries resulted in him missing significant portions of three seasons with the Red Raiders. Playing in only 15 games, he was able to play a full healthy season with Louisville in 2024. So this man that had back-to-back collarbone injuries, a broken fibula, 2021 injured, 2022 injured, 2023 injured, 2024 he finally plays 1 year, and all of a sudden, like, have y'all learned anything from the past? I guess they didn't. Man. Like, I don't understand it, man. Like, this is a team, like, yes, they got Calvin Benjamin. And yes, they got Tallahassee Fuaga. But once again, we know that the Saints' offensive line has not been a durable bunch. We know they haven't. So you possibly are going to have this dude as your starter. And he's going to go out there with an offensive line that hasn't been intact or played together collectively in nearly 2 seasons with happy feet. And anytime anybody gets near him, he starts to dance around like Fred Astaire. This is the guy that you're going to, like, basically hit your wagon to. This is the guy that you're going to hit your wagon to. I don't understand it, man. Like I said, I don't know what this dude going to end up being. But we talking about durability issues and them constantly drafting these dudes who just, like I said, just come out of nowhere and have all of these weird injuries throughout college. And I just don't believe. If a guy is injured in college, if he's injured in college, more than likely, he's going to be injured in the pros. Josh just says we should have snatched Caleb Johnson, but that's Loomis. Cool Sports, thank you very much for the 1999. Trey Amos from Ole Miss goes to the Washington Commanders. Says TJ, it's obvious the league is hating on Shadur because of prime time. Not only is this side stat not better than at Shadur, but he's 25 with an injury history on top of that. Yeah, that one, bro. Anybody that don't feel like this is some level of blackballing from, by these teams when it comes to Shadur Sanders, like, you out of your freaking mind. If you want to sit up here and argue, okay, he's not a first round draft pick, okay, whatever. But to say that this man, it is about to be round 3 And he's not going to get drafted by any of these teams. Like, he's not. Like, you got Chicago right as of right now, where I'm looking at. You got Chicago, Kansas City, Philadelphia. No, the Giants ain't going to get him. No, Kansas City ain't going to get him. Cleveland might roll up and get him. They might get him, or Las Vegas. But to say that this man is a third-round draft pick, you out your freaking mind. This is straight up blackballing this man. Like I said, it's probably their way trying to make this man humble. They trying to humble him. Oh, yeah, he think he all that. He ain't all that. Let's show him. Orlando and LA. Thank you very much for 199 says, call me crazy, but I think Rattler is better. Well, we gonna see. Derek, thank you very much for $2. Says player with injury history, perfect Saints pick. That's why I said you barely heard of him. You know, you barely heard of him before the Saints picked him. Check. Always hurt. Check. Like, they just, man, they need to get Mickey Loomis the hell up out of there. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, man. Dude need to get up out of there. Seriously. I'm just over this, man. I just want to see this team. Man, I just want to see this team get out of his own way. I just want to see this team get out of his own way. And look, and people that sit up here, like, man, I mean this like with such sincerity. All of these Saints groupies, for every dumb, boneheaded decision that they make, please get out of my face. Please. Like, you get no stripes. You get no love, you know, for trying to stand in the trenches and telling us how wrong we are. Like, after you see what the heck is going on time after time after time again, and yet y'all still sit up here like y'all get some stripes. Man, I'm going to show how ultimate of a Saints fan I am. I'm going to stand up here and I'm going to let y'all know that y'all looking bad right now, that y'all up here talking about my Saints. Miss me with that nonsense, man. Miss me with that nonsense. Miss me with that, man. Y'all ain't about to sit up here and tell me dude been making good decisions most of the time. He has not. I don't know what Kelvin Banks going to end up being. I don't know what Tyler Shuck going to end up being. But at the end of the day, like I said before, you can make some good decisions, but that don't absolve you of all of the bad and boneheaded decisions that you actually make. I am I have zero. Look, if Tyler Shuck end up being that, it's because somebody mentioned in the chat, shouts out to you, it was accompanied by the stamp of approval of Kellen Moore. I have zero faith. Zero. Like, what's lower than zero? That's how much faith I have in Mickey Loomis. Mickey Loomis ain't it. And once again, I'm going to continue to say this. If Mickey Loomis didn't have the position, if Mickey Loomis was not left in the will of the deceased owner of this football team, Mickey Loomis would have been got fired. He would have been fired. They would have been canned his behind. He was pulling this stuff in Philly. This dude would have a classified in one hand and his phone in the other, looking on Indeed. This dude would have been fired. But that's what I said. Like, there's no accountability within this organization. None. Absolutely none. There's no accountability. Bad decisions, nobody says anything. Let's hide out on airline. Let's fly out to California and have a training camp. That way we'll be away from the fans. Because that's what they did. Last season, when they knew that Saints fans were tired of Dennis Allen, what did they do? They told us that, oh man, we have to remodel this kitchen. But in reality, we know that they were trying to hide your boy out. You having think about this. You having a training camp as sad as y'all been with no fans. Y'all know what the Saints fans felt about Derek Carr and how they felt about Dennis Allen. So y'all boy flew out to the West Coast and grind in private. That's what you did. I have zero faith in Mickey Loomis. Anybody that has faith in Mickey Loomis, their last name must be Loomis, because I have none in them. So I'm just hoping that Kellen Moore is able to compensate, just like Sean Payton and Drew Brees did, for some of them decisions that Mickey Loomis made. Homie ain't it, bruh. He ain't it. We need to clean out the scout room too. Man, let's jump. Nah, we don't want to put no hands on him. Clearly, the good old boy system is alive and well. Should have Kellen or Mormon would buy in. All right, so Shamar Turner from Texas A&M went to the Chicago Bears. Saints should be up pretty soon. We know they ain't gonna draft no quarterback, but who knows, man? They might draft that dude out of ITT Technical Institute that we were looking at. It was on somebody big board. Who y'all think they're gonna get in this with this first third round pick? I'm thinking they're gonna get a wide receiver. I mean, let's see what wide receivers are available. I know quite a few of them left off the board. I know Trey Harris already gone. That would be my guy. I mean, they got Savion Williams out there. Maybe they can draft him. But I mean, they probably go out here and get a 5'5" wide receiver. Y'all know how they do, man. I put up this video from this movie called The Goods, man. DJ Request, played by Craig Robinson on the movie. And like I said, he was standing on top of the building playing music, and people was requesting songs, and all of a sudden he comes out of absolutely nowhere, like, stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. No matter what they trying to ask him to play, he played what he want to play. Mickey Loomis is DJ Repeat. Or DJ Request, I should say. That's who he is. DJ Request. Who take absolutely no request from anybody. Which in some cases he shouldn't, but come on, man. All right, let's see what wide receivers they got available. Okay, Omar Norman Life, defensive tackle. Hey, that's a good pick for the Chiefs. Let's see. I want to see who available. Best available. All right. Players that are best available at the wide receiver position. Okay. Jalen Noel, he's still out there, but he basically 5'10", 194. You got Jalen Royals still available out there. You got Kyle Williams from Washington State. He's still out there. You got Torrey Horton. I like him, man. I think he a really good player. You got some players that's still available, man. But let me see. I'm looking at this list. I can see the Saints getting Elick Ayumana. I think that's how he's pronouncing it. Ayumana. I can see them possibly drafting him. He's a big physical guy, 6'2", 206. I can see the Saints drafting him. Savion Williams. 6'4", 222 pounds. Definitely need somebody like him. Torrey Horton, 6'3", 196. I like him as well. So, but it ain't matter about what we like. Let me see. Who y'all think the Saints gonna end up drafting, man? Who y'all think they're gonna end up getting? The only way, excuse me, drink a little water real quick. The only way we get Mickey out of here, we have to hit the pockets. Don't show up to the games. Don't purchase any merchandise. People not going to do that, man. People not going to do that. They ain't going to do it. If we keep losing and not being a playoff contender, fans will not need to stop going to the games and stop spending money on merchandise as long as Mickey Loomis stays the GM. I would say that kind of stuff doesn't work. It does work because I think that's what got Dennis Allen fired. I really do. We know, like, there's not a doubt in my mind. There's not a doubt in my mind that Dennis Allen will still be a head coach of the New Orleans Saints if Gail Benson didn't intervene. There's not a doubt in my mind. I don't like they can talk about, man, you might wait to the end of the season. That's what dysfunctional organizations do. They fire their coach mid-season. Like, man, miss me with that, man. That's one of the most ridiculous statements I've heard in my entire life. That's like you standing in the middle of a floor or in the middle of a house that's on fire and saying, I don't want to run out this house because everybody gonna know the house on fire. Who the hell cares? And eventually people gonna start sniffing that joint and already know that the house on fire. You can sit up here and pretend like you ain't gotta, like, people knew that this dude was trash as a head coach. It didn't matter if you fired him week 17 or week 7. It didn't matter. And that's the problem, man. This organization cares too much about optics, and they just do what they want to do. Like I said, zero accountability for this dude. Like, Tyler Shuck can be bad or good. Who cares? If he's bad, then, oh man, oh shucks. No pun intended. Like, it's no accountability. There's no fire. Nobody's gonna get fired if Tyler Shuck doesn't work out, or any other player, or any other coach of that matter. Let's just go ahead and let these guys go and try it again, and let Mickey Loomis try to control the entire press conference and not answer no questions from the Saints media. Let them keep on doing that. Let them keep on doing it, man. What, as bad as the decisions has been over the last 4 to 5 years with this New Orleans Saints team, somebody please tell me what organization could have a general manager go into a press conference and say, I don't want to answer these questions. And don't get and nothing happens. Nothing happens because of it. Because somebody give me an organization. Give me an organization other than the Cowboys. But you can understand that because the GM owns the freaking team. No accountability. None. It's sad, man. It is sad to watch. It is absolutely sad to watch, man. Saints be grabbing them hidden gems. What hidden? Where the gems at? Which one were hidden in that they found that was actually a gem? I don't know. I have absolutely no idea, man. Let me see. So you got the Philadelphia Eagles. They already picked. And now I think that was the last pick of round number 2. So now they're about to transition into round 3. I like what you did there. Oh shucks, yeah. I mean, we've been playing with the name all night. Now we look the title. What the shuck is going on? Yeah, man. We've been playing with the dude they all night, man. We got what the shuck. Hey, but in all seriousness though, if Tyler Shuck end up being good, you know somebody gonna make an oyster dinner out that boy. Shuck oysters, y'all know they gonna make one out of them, man. I mean that pretty much sells itself. They'll make a whole oyster plate for this boy. Shuck oysters, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. If this dude make it, you know they're gonna end up doing something with him. I would have liked McCord. I think Kyle McCord would have made more sense. All right, man. So they got a draft Jadarius Sanders. What did he pick? Cleveland, Las Vegas, New England, Jacksonville. Man, I feel so bad for that dude, bro. That man does not deserve to be no third round pick. Can you imagine, even if you don't get his name called tonight? I can't believe people just sit up here and can't see what the hell is going on. It's time to boycott the Saints. The gems in Mickey Loomis' office, he just still stealing from us. Yeah, that's what he's doing, man. Shuck and Juwan Johnson are now teammates again. That's so crazy, right? How long Juwan Johnson been in the NFL? And he about to catch passes from his teammate. Man, shouts out to Saratoga, man. Since I really been on this hell kick. I really been drinking these quite a bit, man. Because, man, I done wean myself off sodas, right? I realized it's not so much the soda. I think it's the fizz of the soda. Y'all get what I'm saying? So, you don't want to cut. I always like to, like, if I'm going to cut something, I always replace it with something that may be a little bit more healthier, instead of like just cutting down on a cold turkey. But I've been drinking these Saratogas lately, man. They're pretty good, man. Really refreshing. They didn't pay me for that. I just thought I'd say that. TJ, even all the analysts were shocked. The press conference for them picking him is going to be BS, and they're going to come up with excuses why they didn't pick Sanders or Miro, who are younger and athletic. Yeah, man. Just come out and just say, man, we don't like Shedeur Sanders' attitude, and that's the reason why we ain't pick him. That's the reason. Or they probably feel like the circus probably gonna come with him. His brother, who is his photographer and documents everything, and then you got Deion Sanders. So maybe they feel like a circus gonna be wrapped around him or something. But the dude deserved to get drafted. If you gonna draft Johnny Manziel, who was snorting coke, I'm just telling the truth. You know what I'm saying, and doing all type of other drugs and going out in the middle, you know what I'm saying, to Las Vegas on Monday and reporting to practice on Tuesday, and everybody know he had like these issues, and everybody like, oh, he's a rock star. He's a rock star. Like, I don't know. Man, Shedeur Sanders, what's his big issue? What's his big issue? Like what? Like he flashy. He tells you how good he is. He tells you he's talented. Like, what's the problem? TJ, the DA needs to raid Mickey's office. We need a younger front office. Man, we need some football-minded people in the front office. That's what you need. So let me see. They took Darius Alexander. I wonder what the Saints get, man. This is a good time for them to get an interior lineman. It's a good time to get an interior guy or a wide receiver. So TJ, you know what the issue is, sadly, is because he one of us. Man, this is one of the saddest things. Like, honestly, this, to me, I just feel like the NFL really just kind of exposed itself a little bit in some cases tonight. You know what I'm saying? Or over the last couple of days. Like, there's this old saying, and I have, like I said, I have nothing against the NFL. I really don't, man. I don't have anything against them. But there's this old saying where they say there's nothing bigger than a shield. I really feel that way. Like, if they feel like their shield is under attack in any way, rather there's a person with a polarizing personality, or they feel like somebody is gonna, make them look weak in any type of way, shape, or form, like, they will get together. They will conjoin together and make sure that things like this don't happen, like Shedeur Sanders getting drafted early. Like, you had 32 picks, maybe even 33. I don't even say 33. You got 32 picks that can be, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? You got 33 picks to try to validate, okay, he's not a first round pick, right? You do. You like, okay, cool. Okay, you don't think you're a first round pick? Fine. Cool. Whatever. But you ain't about to tell me this man needs to be in the third round. You're not about to tell me that this dude should not be drafted by, at least in the second round. Not happening. And you got the Browns, right? Man, the Browns better select this dude. If Vegas or the Browns don't select this dude in the third round, you ain't about to tell me ain't nothing going on. TJ, if you were the general manager of the New Orleans Saints football team, how would you pick the players in the draft in your honest opinion? Look, if I was the general manager of the team, number one, I'm definitely trying to get a quarterback, right? I'm definitely getting a quarterback. I can also understand the offensive line issues. I can understand that as well. I'm not mad at the selection of the offensive line. Kelvin Banks, I already said it. I'm on record. I said Kelvin Banks will go down in history as one of the best offensive linemen to ever play for the Saints. unless he like has like some type of injury. Knock on wood when I say this, like a Ryan Ramczyk sustained where it cut his career short. This dude is going to be legit in the National Football League. But the New Orleans Saints, to me, like it seems like they just want to try to be the smartest people in the room. I don't get it, man. Like, who cares if everybody know that you're gonna draft Shedeur Sanders or somebody else? Who cares? Like, at the end of the day, y'all doing all this evaluating, all this research for what? What have y'all done? Like, honestly, what research has the New Orleans Saints done on players over the last 4 to 5 years? You sitting up here saying, oh man, this team is gonna be great. They ain't gonna be nothing without that person. What have they done? They burned the midnight oil. They got us anticipating, have us sweating like we about to be drafted. All for them to go just pick somebody that nobody even think they need, somebody that don't pan out, or they try to make somebody work. Bring them in as a guy who had a hand on the ground in college. Now all of a sudden you got this man trying to stand up and play weak side linebacker. Now, I guess he didn't pan out. Let's put him on special teams. Then he leads the Saints and he becomes a first team All-Pro. He becomes Zach Bond. Like, you sick of that, man. Like, all this evaluating y'all doing only for these dudes to go somewhere else and live up to their potential. So what kind of evaluating are y'all doing? Who is that guy? Like, seriously, who is that dude? Who is the dude right now that you sitting up here saying 5-10 years later, we still gonna be talking about when it comes to the New Orleans Saints that they done drafted in the last 4 to 5 years? Like, I'm not confident that Alontae Taylor gonna end up being on the Saints team over in the next 2 to 3 years. Not that confident like in Kool-Aid like that either. Maybe Talase Fuaga, that's about it. And Calvin Banks. Other than that, like, who is that young stud that you looking at? Who are you looking at? And it's sad, bro. So all this evaluating that y'all doing, or we trust our system. Y'all system suck. It does, man. It sucks. It's sad, man. Let me take a look at this draft, man. A pick for the Cleveland Browns is in. They got quarterback Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. Will they pick Shedeur Sanders here? Let's see. Like, this absolutely sad, man. See what they got. Yep. If the Raiders don't pick him, then he about to slide a little bit more. Because you know Jacksonville ain't I mean, could he back up Trevor Lawrence? Could there be a Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter reunion in Jacksonville? Could it be? I don't know. Well, it look like they didn't trade. Wait, let me see. I don't see Jacksonville up there no more. So I don't know what they did. I don't know if they moved up or traded out. You got, well, New England. I don't know about that. Detroit. You know it ain't gonna be the Saints. Buffalo, Jets, Denver, San Francisco, maybe Dallas, maybe. I don't know. Like, this dude might fall again. If this ain't Shedeur Sanders for the Raiders, man, like, I don't know. See what they're gonna do, man. I closed the chat, by the way, man, because we have a rule here during draft reactions. We don't announce the draft picks when we looking at them, at least. Wow. So he about to fall again, folks. Like I said, New England probably ain't gonna get him. Detroit ain't getting him. Saints ain't getting him. Buffalo ain't getting him. Jets ain't getting him. Denver, San Francisco. Like I said, Dallas may get him. It's sad, bro. He might even be a 4th-round pick. It really feels like man, it is some bro. You ain't about to tell me, man. Bro, this draft feels like the Christmas you finally get socks. Hell, man, like yeah, it's pretty bad, man. Shouts out to I also want to give a special shout out to the Roar of the Lions, man. Roar of the Lions, UK. Shouts out to Matthew, Ash, and Anthony. They are Detroit Lions fans from across the pond, man, in the UK. I did an interview with them on their show not too long ago. So man, shouts out to them, man. And it's amazing, man. And Grandizer, man. Shouts out to you because they mentioned you on the show as well, man. So I want to give a special shout out to Grandizer. Man, that's amazing, man. That's pretty cool, man. Like, that to be able to interact and talk to people from across the pond like that, man, and being able to, it's just amazing like how far this show reach has come, man. Let's say I'm sorry I missed Roy the Lion, TJ. I hope it was good. I don't know if you missed it or not. They got John Cena on there. Got John Cena making a pick. Is he doing it? I mean, he got to be like doing it live, right? He got to be doing it live if you're doing that. But anyway, yeah, man, Roy the Lion, man. I think they pre-recorded it and they probably just gonna turn it into a podcast. So I don't think it was nothing that you missed, but just wanted to give them a shout out. TJ, do you think Moore is afraid of Sanders personally? Ryan Clark talked about it earlier. Probably. It seems like people just don't. People think that the circus is going to come with him, like Dion's influence and his brother up there recording everything, and people don't want that circus around. And then I guess it's just the arrogance that happens. Now I look. They have made some deals and trades and all that kind of stuff. If this dude ain't the next quarterback that I hear come off the board, something is clearly wrong. Something is clearly wrong. Something is clearly wrong. Like something is clearly wrong if something is clearly wrong if he's not the next quarterback taken off the board. Like you can't convince me. If they start talking about Quentin Ewers and all that, bro, like, there's not a human being on the face of God's green earth ain't about to tell me like they ain't got no type of collusion going on when it comes to this dude. You ain't about to tell me that because I do not believe you. Kyle Williams, God dog, man, I like that dude. What y'all think the Saints gonna do? And credit to the Saints. Credit to the Saints, man. They have not moved. They have selected all of their draft picks so far. They have selected all their draft picks so far. So they trying to create depth on their football team. So credit to them. Credit to them. So far, they picked it. They didn't try to move up. They ain't move back. They ain't do none of that. So credit to them. James says if Spencer Rattler isn't working his tail off to be prepared for this started a role, it's all on him. Yeah, if he don't work out this time around, man, they seem like they trying to put offensive line together. Yeah. Terrion Arnold up there. Let's see. How did Quinn fall off? I thought he was decent at Texas. I think you're pretty decent. Let me see what the Lions gonna get. Okay. All right. Well, now we got the wide receivers coming off the board now. Will we see another wide receiver? All right, the Saints on the board. Like I said, house rules. Do not announce the pick. Okay. Do not announce the pick. Do not announce the pick. All right. We're going to find out. We're going to learn together. Do not put the pick in the chat. Moderators, where you at? Don't let somebody, you see somebody, ooh, man, they did. Nah, bro. Go ahead. Get on up out of here. House rules. Don't do it. What y'all think the Saints going to go here? I will be open. I will be open to listening to that. What do y'all think the Saints going to do? What position? I'm saying wide receiver right here. This is a good spot for a wide receiver. Now, if they get another offensive line, I'm not mad at it. If they get a guard or something like that. But I think they probably going to end up like try. Did Will Johnson get drafted? Did Will Johnson get? I haven't heard Will Johnson name either. Did Will Johnson get drafted? Let's see. I don't think did Will Johnson get drafted? Maybe he got drafted. I ain't hear his name or something. Somebody. Okay, he got picked. Okay, he went to Arizona. Okay. I about to say I ain't hear Will Johnson name. All right, so Siobhan Ravel Jr. out of East Carolina. Heard a lot of good things about him. All right, you got Quincy Riley still on the board. You got Upton Strout still on the board. You got Dorian Strong, who's still on the board. Got Zay Alexander still on the board. All right, so I mean, I wouldn't be mad at Siobhan Ravel out of East Carolina. I wouldn't be mad at that. Might say Shadur. Yeah, right. No, that ain't happening. If they get Shadur Sanders and Tyler Shuck, man, that'd be crazy. Man, that is so crazy. That's so crazy, man. I still can't believe this man ain't get drafted. I think the Rams can. There's a possibility the Rams can draft him. I can see that. I mean, you don't have Matthew Stafford, probably contemplating and thinking about retirement. But I mean, Siobhan Ravel Jr. Out of East Carolina, that would be a good pick for the Saints. No, big, rangy cornerback, 6'2", good tape. I can see that. I can see that, man. But a lot of these little small town schools and they don't really get that much attention, man, because they be looking at the level of competition. But he's 6'2", 194 pounds. Ball hog type guy. Played pretty well last season. We had 2 interceptions, 2 pass deflection, 4 solo. Like I said, man, good rangy guy. If you need yourself a big body corner, he definitely could be that guy. So, all right, so we got the pick, and it said Bell Kiper best available. I mean, yeah, Jalen Miro said, okay. So, do you think Jalen Miro going to end up going before Shadur Sanders? Dang, man, that boy got man, that's crazy. Let's see what they're gonna end up getting here. Let's see what the New Orleans Saints gonna end up getting. Got my boy Big Ram back in the building, looking slender. The 33rd team lists him as a fourth round value and overall big boy ranked 139th. Pro Football Network had him ranked as the 236th overall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just want to see if I'm tripping. I'm still here, folks. I just want to see if I want to see if I'm tripping here. All right. I just want to see if I'm tripping here. Man, this dude was projected, and I know. First off, I know who he is, right? I know, you know what I'm saying. I know who he is, but this is a dude that you probably could have easily gotten in the fourth round. Man, another reach. The Saints could have got this dude. The Saints could have got this dude in the fourth round, or you probably, if you felt that much love with him, I'm pretty sure you could have got him with your second, third round pick. Hold on, I'm still looking, folks. I'm still looking for homie. I'm still looking for him. I'm looking at the list right now. I'm on page 2. Now I'm on page 3. I'm looking at the scouting ranks here. I'm on page 4. He was ranked number 44. He was ranked number 44 among defensive linemen in his draft. They had him projected as a 6th round pick, 188 overall. Man, I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm just at a loss for words, man. I mean, man, you had Jamari Caldwell. You had CJ West still on the board. You still had, if I'm not mistaken, I think you got a Farmer from Florida State. He's still on the board. I and you get the 40, like you get a guy. You get a guy in Broughton, Vernon Broughton, who you could have probably gotten the fourth round. You could have been like one of your fourth round picks. Man, these boys be running to the man. I don't know. I don't expect nothing moving forward. Yeah, I'm going ahead and call it one of the worst drafts we've had in a while. I mean, I don't know if it's the worst draft. I mean, just don't know, man. But I'm just, like, why are you reaching for this? Man was ranked the 44th best defensive lineman in the draft. I'm not saying that, okay, if he fits what you actually doing, if he fits your scheme, cool. But you could have got this dude in the fourth round. And you or maybe, you know what I'm saying, your second, third round pick. We are reaching. No best player available. That was not the best player available. I can make an argument he ain't the best player available according to their scheme that they had. It's probably one of them situations where they probably was, I don't know, they was at Texas and then all of a sudden, like they start interviewing or talking about, being there for Calvin Banks and end up being wild and taken, blown away by him. And it's probably why they drafted him. I had to go through 4 pages of defensive linemen to find this dude. And I'm talking about people that's already still on the board right now. Name ain't been called yet. I mean, isn't Jack Sawyer still on the board? Kyle Kennard out of South Carolina, isn't he still on the board? I'm trying to see. Let's okay. Let's go defensive tackle. Let's just look at the big men only. Okay, this is just big. This is a big men only. I put defensive linemen. All right. So, let me see if I can go ahead and put that up on the screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about here. All right. Let me pull this up so y'all can actually see what I'm talking about and what I'm doing. All right. So y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all see it. If you don't, I apologize if it's small. But if you look and man, my freaking goodness, man. All right, so I'm on the first page. All right. Now I'm on the second page. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here, man? What are we doing? This dude was ranked. Okay, and if I pull all this stuff up, all defensive linemen, like I said, you have to go all the way to page number 4. He was ranked number 44. He was ranked number 44. Dude, yeah, my goodness. You could have got this dude in the fourth round, man. You could have got dude in the fourth round, man. You could have got dude in the fourth round. You could have got him in the fourth round, man. Let me read some of these comments, man. Why didn't them boys grab Javon Rebel Jr.? I don't know. Cartel, I just answered your question. He got drafted by the Niners. Everybody getting wide receivers but the Saints. Our defensive line coordinator from LSU, right? Yep. Yes, he is. I'm ready for new ownership, like a practice squad player. Like I said, it's probably one of them situations where they probably was at the pro day at Texas for looking at Quentin Ewers or looking at Kelvin Banks, and then all of a sudden, Vernon Broughton comes over there, and he's like, "Oh man, we really like this kid, man. Man, we need to keep an eye on him. Let's go watch his tape." Probably because he smiled in their face or something like that. Man, this team, man, this team, we have to report Mickey Loomis for terrorist acts. I just don't, man. I don't understand these picks, man. I don't understand these picks, man. I don't. I don't understand these picks. I ain't trying to get people all worked up and stuff. I just don't understand why they like, bruh. You've had. Think about this, folks. Think about this. Think about this. Think about this. Think about this. Your team, who at the quarterback position, you haven't had a quarterback. This includes Drew Brees. You have not had your starting quarterback who you started the season with to rather finish an entire season being durable or not being knocked out of a game in 5 years. Derek Carr, he got knocked out of games, but he always played in his first season with the Saints. But you get knocked out of the game, you getting injured, missing time. You had all of these quarterbacks, right, throughout the time. Jameis Winston, Drew Brees, Derek Carr, Trevor Siemian, like all these different dudes that end up like getting injured, getting hurt, whatever, didn't work out. And yet you draft a quarterback that has questionable durability. Somebody, like, I don't want to hear about no arm strength, bro. I don't want to hear, man, he can make all the throw. Bro, it like this man had 2 broken collarbones, a broken fibula, and he only played 1 full year of college football uninterrupted, and y'all drafting the man in the second round. Y'all don't want to go with Jalen Miro. Y'all don't want to go with Shadur Sanders. Hell, I would even understand Quentin Ewers. At least Quentin Ewers like been played. And now you reaching for a guy that was projected to go in the 4th round on some people boards, as far as the 6th round on other boards. And y'all up here running to the podium like, man, we really got to grab this dude. Like y'all weren't going to get him in the 4th round. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Let's see what the New Orleans Saints fans are saying on social media about this pick here. I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably have some things to say. Well, they got Siobhan Revelle out of East Carolina. The Dallas Cowboys got him. Let's see. Everybody's basically showing that same video of Tyler shucking the ball. Let's see if I could actually pull this up. They got the picture of Tyler shucking the ball down the field, you know, throwing an absolute duck around this thing. Quack quickity. All right. Got hot butter pop. Whoa. I almost said, whoa. And when Big Sean on, hold on, whoa there. Man, but yeah, but that's the, I don't know. I wasn't impressed, bro. I was at the combine, was not impressed. The Saints chose Tyler Shuck, who's 25, had 3 season-ending injuries and college, and was the same high school class as Trevor Lawrence over Shadur Sanders. Man, Carolina trade up again. Everybody up here in the draft eating but us. It seems they done got Princely out of Ole Miss. Dude, the absolute dog. You got the Falcons out here getting Jalen Carter and James, and James Pierce Jr. And the Saints around this thing getting Tyler Shuck. Dude. Tyler Shuck and Vernon Broughton. I don't get it, man. Ryan Clark says the Saints just drafted Tyler Shuck. He can absolutely spin it. He could be big time, but Dan Orlovsky asked a question that alluded to the reason the Saints and Moore wouldn't pick Shedeur Sanders. Let's see what he has to say here. I think somebody talked about this. Let me see if I could actually pull this up for y'all here. Let me see if I can pull this up, man. Some of y'all probably heard this. Some of y'all probably didn't. Let me know if y'all can hear this audio once I put this once I share it with you all. Okay. Let me know if y'all can hear this.
Do you think it's a fair conversation for the Saints to have? Do they feel that Kellen is strong enough personality-wise to handle a strong personality in Shedeur? I think that's a fair conversation that has to be had.
I will say this though, like he was just coaching Jalen Hurts, and though his personality is different, I've talked to Jalen plenty enough times to know that he's a grown man.
Yeah.
To know that he's an adult, to know that he wants things done a certain type of way. And if Kellen Moore can handle conversations with adults, then Kellen Moore should be able to handle Shedeur Sanders. I think we have to realize that Deion Sanders doesn't get to walk into whatever building Shedeur Sanders walks into daily. Shedeur Sanders got to walk in there by himself. And Deion Sanders can't call and get Kellen Moore on the phone, because if Deion Sanders is speaking for Shedeur Sanders, he can't go lead a locker room full of fathers.
Right.
And so to me, it's not a question about whether or not he can deal with him as a person. It's about, can you have an adult conversation with a man that's supposed to do a job professionally? And if he doesn't do that job professionally, guess what? He ain't a first-round draft pick. He doesn't have to be here any longer. If the film says you can be a starting quarterback for me, and we feel we can build an infrastructure around you, I'm not about having this conversation of, is your personality strong enough? Because if it's not, you should not be a head coach in the NFL.
I 100% agree with what he said. And, bruh, that's not what you want to hear, because I think the biggest issue that Saints fans had when it came to Kellen Moore was, can he be that leader of men, right? Will he be a pushover? Will he be able to stand up and be able to command a locker room, right? And if you up here trying to protect dude like this, can you scared that another quarterback's personality is not going to work, then Saints fans, we in more trouble than we even imagine. Because if we got to sit around here and protect Kellen Moore and handle him with fine-tooth gloves, then guess what? I mean, it's gonna be some real problems, and you're gonna find yourself being in the same situation again. You know, you're gonna find yourself being in the same situation again what it was with Dennis Allen. And I hope this is not the case, man, because I don't want to believe that, they got rid. I don't want to say got rid, but Sean Payton left. And maybe they don't want to replicate what Sean Payton brought, which was a very strong, opinionated personality to the New Orleans Saints. So that's not a good thing, because that was a knock on Kellen Moore when it came to some Saints fans. And if they up here drafting Tyler Shuck because Tyler Shuck ain't going to rock the boat, or he ain't about to sit up here and be sitting up here balling and gaming and, you know what I'm saying, and be coming in a clutch, like, man, I don't know, bro. Team looking like, I don't know, man. Organization looking a tad bit questionable to me, man. Like, what did you hire Kellen Moore for? Did you hire Kellen Moore because Kellen Moore was the right guy for the job? Or did you hire Kellen Moore because you felt like he wouldn't be that threatening. He wouldn't be around this thing questioning everything that you did. Bad things about let me see. Bad things about it is the Saints got 6 more picks in the draft to miss them. I hope not, man. I hope not. Like, I hope they, like, I'm not saying, like, once again, I'm not saying Vernon Gordon can't work out. I'm just saying for the spot that they drafted him in, y'all could have gotten, y'all could have addressed more needs and probably still got this dude in the 4th round. Y'all could have got him on day 3. In my opinion, I believe he would have been there because there was like there was several other interior linemen, defensive linemen that teams would have picked before Broughton name would have even came up. I guarantee you that. Ain't nobody gonna be like, man, we gotta hurry up and run to the podium. Shouts out to Kyle Mosley. Shouts out to my guy Kyle Mosley, covers HBCU football. Sent me a very interesting note here. He said Shedeur Sanders versus Tyler Shough stats. God, dog, boy. First they got Jaden Higgins, and then they went back and got his teammate. And that's crazy, man. Now they got Jalen Noel. The Texans got Jaden Higgins, and they got Jalen Noel. Got both of the he got him and his teammate. That's crazy. But anyway, Tyler Shough started in 12 games. Shedeur Sanders started in 13. Tyler Shough completion percentage 62.7. Shedeur Sanders 74%. Tyler Shough 3,195 yards. Shedeur Sanders 4,134. Super King Cooper, thank you very much for the 499. Says somebody on IG said, get ready. One of us may get called next. Yeah, man. I mean, my phone may ring. I'm like, hello, is this TJ Jones? Yeah, we would like to draft you for the Saints. I'm sorry, man. I'm a 38-year-old man and I haven't played football in years. I haven't played football in years. Oh, I'm sorry. We got the wrong number. Shoot. Wishful thinking, says Trev. Saints already in undrafted free agent mode. Boy said, oh, shucks. Man, they really about to make this man go into day 3, man. We have no one on, I guess, besides Kelvin Banks Jr. Thank God NFL don't have a transfer portal. Yeah, you stuck now. Shucks went to college long enough to be a doctor. Dr. Shough had 3 season-ending injuries. I'm afraid he will be on IR 1 month in. Maybe the Saints, who knows? Maybe the Saints might draft another quarterback. Maybe they might draft Quinn Ewers. Why not? All right. Then you can have Spencer Rattler, Tyler Shough, and Quinn Ewers all on the same team, battling it out for starting quarterback supremacy. TJ, do you think they will make him go undrafted? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think I don't think they're gonna do that to that guy. I mean, this pretty much. I mean, this speaks volumes, bro. I'm telling you, like this speaks volumes. I mean, could he go to the Steelers? I mean, the Bengals. Then you got the Titans again. Then you got the Steelers. So the Steelers might end up drafting him, man. Now, if the Steelers don't draft him, his next best chance is with the Rams. I mean, the Bengals ain't getting him. No, there's no need. I mean, they probably gonna get somebody like a offensive lineman or something. Yep. I about to say he needs to be able to help somebody need to help somebody to be able to protect Joe Burrow, because Lord knows that man stay getting hit. The Saints pick soon at 93 makes the most sense at this point. Bro, we talking about the Saints. I don't know. Man, look, if they get Cam Scatterboo or something like that at the running back position, maybe, people will start getting a little excited. All right, so let's I would say Cam Scatterboo here. If they can draft Cam Scatterboo, I think that Saints fans will probably be a couple weeks from the night pretty happy. TJ, we didn't learn last year from Christian Boyd. Gail just be sitting back and letting Loomis steer the ship is sad. You notice we didn't even use the whole draft clock to think about our draft picks. Yep. They just run into the podium, boy. They run into that joint. Like the same. Yeah, I mean, you can run to the podium when nobody know what the hell you gonna do, and ain't nobody thinking at all about the player that you trying to select. Nobody. Like, you can run to the podium then. Shoot. Like, you can run to the podium. Ain't nobody check, like, oh man, let's hurry up and get Vernon. Ain't nobody, man. I'm like, good, solid player, good depth piece, but ain't nobody, like, I could think of 4 interior linemen that they could have ended up getting, defensive linemen that could have got before him. That I feel like would have fit this team much better too. Tyler Shuck, dog, had to get in the celebration. Yeah, shouts out to this dog Murphy, man. That was probably the highlight of that whole entire press conference was his dog Murphy. Yeah, this pretty sad, man. Ain't about to tell me that man didn't deserve to get his name called in the second round at least. They ain't even showing him on TV no more. Yeah, people going in on these draft picks, man. People going in on these draft picks. Well, the Saints building close to the line, and D-line and quarterback. Brother looks 36 years old. The Saints literally picked a black offensive tackle in the first round. And what are we talking about? I guess somebody was saying I guess it's some racism going on about that, but Saints would have sold so many Sanders jerseys in the last 24 hours. Yep. Got Tyler Shuck. All right, Tyler Shuck. Got a little message for the Who Dat Nation, man. Look, man, we ain't gonna badmouth this, man. This is a dream. This is a dream come true for the guy, I'm sure. I ain't gonna sit up here. I don't know what type of player he's gonna be, man. I just question the durability. Dude can spin it. I mean, it's a great opportunity, a great moment for a young kid to hear their name called, and live out the NFL dream. But Tyler Shuck spoke and gave a message on social media. This is what he said.
Hey, Saints fans, this is Tyler Shuck. I'm so excited to be joining the Saints and having this awesome opportunity ahead of me. Can't wait to get down to New Orleans and meet the whole locker room, be a part of this great culture in the great city of New Orleans. Go Saints.
All right. So that is, man. It's a message from more than likely the next starting quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, Tyler Shuck, all right? I always be finding it funny, like they don't know like the catchphrase of the team, so they be like, go Saints, or and the next time you see him, like somebody probably they call it, they smarten them up and be like, man, it's who that. Gotta end it with a who that. Louis Riddick had a really good take on Tyler Shuck. What did he say? What did he say about it? Let's see if I can find this, man, while we waiting and see, man. You got the Tennessee Titans. I wonder what they're going to do here. Okay. Kevin Winston off the board. And that's another position the Saints can actually go. This got to be like unprecedented. Like, seriously. I ain't never seen a player rank so high, drop so low, ever. Like, have y'all ever seen anything like this? Like, y'all ever seen a player like projected like as a top 10 draft prospect and drop this bad? Like, it had to be like some off the field stuff had to happen. I ain't never seen nothing like this. I ain't never seen it. This is unprecedented. Where that boy Josh at, man? Your dream might come true. The Saints could possibly get Caleb Johnson. They could get they can possibly get him. They could possibly get him, like if he fall to him, but they got quite a few teams they got to pick. Quite a few teams they got to pick before that actually happen. All right, now the Steelers, they need a quarterback. If this man if his name isn't called, if they don't draft this dude, something is wrong here. Something wrong, folks. Something wrong, man. Wow, I just mentioned Caleb Johnson. Yeah, bruh. Yeah, bruh. Nah, dog. They blackballing that man. Hey, man, they still got some good running backs out there, man. Let me see what they man. This is a deep draft. The Saints can still get a pretty decent running back if they were to get that. Okay, Cam Scatterboo will probably be the next. Then you got Dylan Sampson, who is good. Then you got Devin Neal, DJ Giddens. Yeah, you still got some guys, man. You got Trevor Etienne from Georgia still out there. Got my boy Ollie Gordon, the second, still out there, man. Come on, man. He ain't even got to change his uniform. Shoot, Caleb Johnson ain't got to change his uniform. He just go out. Shoot, uniform pretty much identical. Our Hawkeyes and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Rams. The Rams will be the next team that didn't address the quarterback issue. Okay. Tampa having a decent draft, man. Having a decent draft. Let's see. I know we joke about these picks, but just imagine how these guys feel working all their lives to reach the NFL. So just keep that. Look, that's the way I feel about it. You know, like we sit up here and we talk about these picks. Look, from a human standpoint, yes, you know, like you work your entire life to get to this point and get drafted. Like that's great, but I got a job to do, and we have to we evaluating these dudes based on their performance and what they actually put out there and what is projected for them to go. That's what I'm on. I'm not saying, oh man, the dude he suck, he stink. No, what I'm saying is you could have got Broughton in the 4th round. Like if you could have addressed some needs at the linebacker position. Like you could have got another top pass rush or something like that. Like I said, Kennard was still on the board. Princely was still on the board. You get what I'm saying? Like before they even picked, they just decided not to do it. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm look. This is an amazing moment for these kids. Shouts out to them. But at the end of the day, man, like you could have got this dude in the 4th round. I got the cornerbacks and stuff like that going off the board now. If the Rams don't draft him, I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know, man. I don't know where he can go. I mean, wait, maybe Jacksonville? That would be funny. Jacksonville end up drafting him and Travis Hunter is there. Then you got, like I said, Houston ain't draft. Like I said, Houston not drafting him. The Rams, the only team I can see, maybe the Seahawks. Maybe. And the Browns, again, you know, Browns got another draft pick, but are the Browns going to draft them there? That's the question. Raiders got back-to-back picks. So I guess, you know, he still could possibly hear his name called. Still possibly hear his name called. Jacksonville got 1, 2 picks. The Rams got a pick. Raiders got 2 picks. So he might end up getting drafted by one of these teams. Man, we might as well get Scatterboo. Yeah, might as well. If we gonna run football, if we gonna get all these stout offensive linemen, why the heck not? Might as well get Cam Scatterboo. And Sanders may not even be the next quarterback, could be in front of him. Who knows? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you still got Jalen Miro out there. Jalen Miro still ain't get drafted. Which whoever advised Jalen Miro to come to Green Bay for the NFL draft, they need to be fired. They need to be fired. They flew this man out here at this man looking fly, flashy, and cool, and this man's name ain't been called yet. Whoever advised Jalen Miro to show up and show out at the 2025 NFL draft needs to be fired. You knew that man wasn't about to get drafted no 1st round. You knew it. You knew that man wasn't going to be no 1st round draft pick, bro. Y'all, you heard the whispers. You heard what people were talking about. They need to be fired. Whoever advised Jalen Miro to show up in his Sunday's best needs to be fired. Shadur might as well get his CDL. Man, don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. If Shadur sliding this much, it's likely Shiloh will go undrafted. Yep. Shiloh was always going undrafted. But the best thing about that is when you go undrafted, you can be able to select the team that you want to go to. You know, like you can select the team more than likely. You know what I'm saying? Like you can kind of pick your spot. Or, you know, there's some options for you. You're like, okay, such and such call too. What are you thinking? Is tonight's pick a red flag for the Kellen Moore era? I've learned from the last 3 years not to ignore them. There was a lot of questions once again about Kellen Moore and his ability to lead men. And, you know, is he too passive? Like, did you end up trading out a defensive passive head coach for an offensive passive head coach? We'll see. Only time will tell. They ain't played no football yet. But I'll tell you this, man. Getting a guy in the 2nd round at the quarterback position, one of the most important positions in the game, and you draft a guy who had 3 season-ending injuries, only played 1 full year of college football uninterrupted without injury, and you pick him in the 2nd round. Yeah, man, this is crazy. This is insane. Please get Dante Thornton Jr. at wide receiver. I wouldn't mind Horton out of Colorado State. I think he a dog. Let's see what the Chargers are gonna do. I'm trying to what the Chargers would actually need. I think that they could probably I think they probably can get an interior lineman or something like that, man. They need some help on the interior line. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, Jamari Caldwell. Oh man, I like that dude, man. I saw him at the combine, man. That's a big dude, but he be moving though, man. Like he's not the fastest guy in the world, but that's just not what he's gonna be, man. They're gonna set him up to kind of just plug the middle up, man. Yeah, I like Torrey Horton, man. I think Torrey Horton can be a good wide receiver. I think he got some dog in him too, man. He got some dog in him. Colorado slot receiver, that boy a dog too. Yeah, you talking about Jimmy Horn Jr. They're probably not gonna draft him either. TJ, real question. What's your record prediction for the Saints this season? Man, you don't want me to answer that. You don't want me to answer that, man. You don't want me to answer that. You don't want me to answer that. You know, I want me to answer that. Hey, TJ, check out Xavier Watt, the safety, and Chris Paul Jr. Oh, yeah. Look, I'm very familiar with those guys' game. Chris Paul Jr., to me, is going to be I think he's going to be a really good depth piece for a team. And I think he more than likely going to hear his name called pretty soon. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I think that was a really good pick. The Packers are on the clock. Yeah, the Packers are on the clock again. I don't know what they can actually get. I mean, they didn't seem like they addressed their wide receiver issues and stuff like that, man. Adding some more pieces, and they always draft well. Like Packers, one of the most well drafted teams in the NFL. Like they always draft really good players. Like they always find really good pieces for them. Like they always find really good pieces to add to their team. And that's the reason why they always continue to be successful. He said defensive line, corner, offensive line. I mean, it seemed like the corners been moving off the board. It seemed like the corners been moving off the board. But yeah, they need quite a few people. Fan from 2004 to 2025, I'm done. Man said I had a good run. Man said I had a good run, man. And man, that man put the birth and the depth on that joint. Oh man. Oh my goodness. That was my guy, man. That was my guy. Savion freaking Williams, man. 6'4", 6'5", 222 pounds. So, man, you got, bro, they just got an embarrassment of riches over there now. You got a big target in Savion. You got Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs. You just added Matthew Golden. And you got two tight ends in Tucker Kraft and what's the other tight end name? It's Musgrave. You got and the Saints around this thing messing around with three scat backs as wide receivers. Talented guys, by the way, but they trying to tank 2 years for Arch. They need to be trying to tank for Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams. Yeah, man. I look, bro, you ain't picking no quarterback no second round talking about no tanking. Look, let's make this very clear. The Saints aren't trying to tank for nobody. Like, they not trying to tank. The Saints, they philosophies and the way that they think and the way that they're wired, I'm telling you right now, freaking now. They do not care. They feel like they about to win it all. They feel like they got the right coach. They got the right quarterback. We about to run the division. And everybody here probably see that they probably gonna be one of the worst teams in the division if you can bet your money. Okay. Okay. Caleb Ransaw from Tulane. Tulane off the board. Okay. We got a Tulane Green Wave. Gage, thank you very much for $4.99. Says, how much you think Bo Davis had to do with the defensive tackle pick? He must know him pretty well to vouch for him that hard. Well, when he had Texas too? When he had Texas too? Like when he had Texas too, that's what I want. Like, yeah. So he knew him. That's probably why he selected him. He probably vouched for because he was around the University of Texas. I'm about to say, yeah, Bo Davis was there. He was there probably when Vernon Borden was around before he went to LSU. So yeah, probably did vouch for him. Said Pammy, Arch isn't coming out till 27. And I look, and like I can't say that Arch gonna be like a top pick in 2027 or 2026. Like we just assume that he just gonna be that. We haven't seen this dude play enough college football for us to come to that conclusion. He might be that man in that people like, man, well, everybody got one. Who knows? Dumas always think he has the right people in the building. If he leaves, we probably will. The Jags are interesting. They are racking up picks, but only have Hunter, which is a prime pick, and Ransaw, which is a slept-on pick. I agree. Yeah, Ransaw going to be a dog, man. He's going to be a dog for them. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm trying to wait for this Saints pick, and then after that, we probably going to call it a night, man. I don't know what to say at this point. I don't know what to say at this point, folks. I really don't. I really don't, man. Like it's almost like, man, I don't want to believe they trying to do this. I don't think they are, but it's almost like they be trying to make the fan base angry or something. And they got back-to-back picks. Okay, good pick. Coached him 3 years. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, he probably familiar with him. Probably had a lot to do with him probably coming to Texas. How much y'all want to bet Arch won't get treated like Shador? Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Jaguar drafted Art. Let's see. We got Ronald McDonald. Man, that man is destroying this franchise, bro. This man is destroying the franchise. And he be sitting, like I say, man, nobody hold him accountable, man, which nobody hold this dude accountable. Like nothing is going to come from this. Like nothing. Like there's no fire breathing article that would be written. There won't be a question that would be asked. There's like nothing. Nothing's going to come of this. And honestly, man, that's sometimes is the curse. All right, man. Look, the Rams on the clock. The Rams are on the freaking clock. All right. Will this be Shadir Sanders? Will Shadir Sanders take his talents to LA? They pick is in. The pick is indeed in. I lost my train of thought, man, looking at the Rams pick. I forgot what I was talking about, honestly. I didn't lost my train of thought messing around. We probably was something about Mickey Loomis. But yeah, Mickey Loomis, man. I mean, like nobody holds this dude accountable, man. Like nobody holds him accountable. Like nothing's going to come of this. And I was saying, like, that's the blessing and the curse sometimes of, being in a smaller market. Like this dude wouldn't have been able to do some of this stuff in a bigger market. Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to do some of this stuff in a bigger market. No way, no how. like sit up there and people asking him like really good questions, like questions that deserve to be answered. And he's sitting up there talking about, I'm not going to answer that. Like if you make a picks like this with Tyler Shuck and Vernon Broyton, you know what I'm saying, as your second and third round picks, like, man, look, you can might as well disclose everything you know. For the exception maybe Tyler Shuck, you know, but even with that, like these dudes drafted a quarterback, like you got two young quarterbacks in Jalen Miro and Shadur Sanders, and you draft a guy that's going to be 26 years old at the start of the season who had 3 season-ending injuries and 1 year of some good football where he was spinning a football and y'all fell in love with that. Haven't had an upright quarterback who stayed like healthy the entire season for the most part since 2019. And yet y'all sitting up here like if and I'm not going to wood when I say this, but if this dude like ends up like getting injured, I hope not. Like I really hope not. But if he does, like how can we be mad at this dude? He showed you like this has a possibility of happening. Hey TJ, I really haven't been keeping up with college lately. Who and how is Tyler Shuck? Really would love to hear from you, by the way. Been working a lot, but still always an after show boy, TJ. Damian, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. Long time, man. I'm glad that everything's going okay, man. It's good to hear from you. I don't know what to think about the pick, man. I just think that is dangerous. It's a dangerous pick, man, to pick a guy so high with these type of injury issues. I just think that it like you playing with fire. Like you are playing with freaking fire. You know, so let's see, man. Like you would think like Shadur Sanders' skill set would fit the Rams. Like you would think that it would fit the Rams, man, because you know his style of quarterbacking is kind of works with that Sean McVay type system. You know, like dissect, you know, okay, we need you to go here with it, right? You know, none of that extra stuff, right? It seemed like, you know, he'll be able to fit that, but we'll see. Nothing long-term or consistent. They always getting a quarterback that's going to last 2 years with us. Man, he's a backup for Spencer. I don't know, man. I don't think they picking that dude to be no backup. I don't think they picking that dude to be no backup, bro. I don't. I do not think they picking this dude to be a backup. All right, man. I'm being biased, bro. I'm being biased with this Josiah Stewart pick, man. He came from Coastal Carolina, man. I watched this dude, man. I love this kid, bro. I love the kid, man. Like I was able to, man. Watching this dude up close, the energy that Josiah played with, the quick twit. Dude is a dog, man. Dude, a dog, man. I'm so happy for him, man. Shouts out to Josiah, man. Oh my goodness, man. I'm biased, bro. I'm biased in that regard. I'm happy for him, man. I would have loved to see Shadur Sanders go here, be, you know, maybe back up Matthew Stafford, but knowing this kid personally and stuff like that, you know, from his time at Coastal Carolina covering them, happy for him, man. Wow. Josiah Stewart, man. Getting picked in that third round. He needed to do it though, man. I mean, the talent was there. This Shadur situation is crazy. Either there's Issachar's story about him that hasn't come out, and NFL is pulling a Kaepernick. It seemed like they pulling that cap. No cap. TJ, why Bleacher Report says Shadir Sanders got an anonymous phone call saying you're going to have to wait a little longer. Okay, Emory Jones Jr. off the board, LSU Tiger. I don't know, man. Cartel, I don't know, man. Where you heard that at? Let me see. Let me see if I hear anything about that. And that man have to wait a little longer. I'd like to see let's see what social media has to say about this whole Shadir Sanders thing. Stephen A. Smith said, this is a damn disgrace. How in the hell is Shadir Sanders not off the board, not drafted yet? Y'all still think this doesn't have anything to do with the teams hating on Deion Sanders? This kid is a first rounder in a different way. This is the Kaepernick all over again being kept out. Maybe Shadir Sanders doesn't have the talent that everyone thinks he does. It's amazing how people just fall in line after situations like this and they say things like, oh man, I guess he wasn't that good. Like, man, miss me with that nonsense, man. Like, miss me with that nonsense. Like, people want to be right so bad that they're willing to look past something that is painstakingly obvious in their face, because by them looking at it makes them feel like, oh, I got to admit I'm wrong. Like, does being right mean that much to you? Does being right mean that much to you that you are looking at something that is flagrantly wrong? And yet well, I guess, man, he wasn't that good. I guess he ain't. Like, bro, you can say that he's not first round talent, but for us to almost be in the 4th round and this man's name ain't called, y'all know damn well that ain't right. Y'all know that ain't right. But if you want to take it any way you can, Jalen Milroe off the board. Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Tyler Shuck, Jalen Milroe. Now, if one of these teams come up here and draft Quinn Ewers, man, come on, bro. Y'all need to stop. Anybody that does not want to accept the reality, slide back over. You see me? Anybody that doesn't want to accept that reality needs to realize there's something wrong with you. Hey, it is not out of the realm a possibility that Jalen Milroe might end up being a starter by the end of the season. I do not trust Sam Darnold. I don't. It's about to say why he showed that interception. I don't know. Jalen Milroe just got picked up by the Seahawks. Never in a million years I would have thought Milroe would go ahead of Sanders. Man, you ain't about to tell me, bro. You ain't about to tell me this ain't collusion. This is black. I gotta type this. This is blackballing of the highest order. This is blackballing of the highest order, man. It is, man. This is blackballing of the highest order. Saints on the clock. All right. It would be funny as I don't know what if the Saints get you this. Everybody would be mad Like, why y'all didn't do this in the second round? He wasn't on our board, but they ain't gonna get there. What y'all think they're gonna do, man? Please, can we get Cam Scatterboo? Can we get a running back? Can the Saints get a running back at least, or a wide receiver right here? But they might go offensive lineman or something. They. Man, it's one thing for you to speculate, but it's another thing for something to be right in your freaking face. Baby said long snap. You ain't lying. Look, go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get that interior lineman. Go ahead and get that interior lineman and really make everybody mad. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my goodness, man. I mean, look, Sanker is a really good but it's just, bro, these boys in the trenches. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? These boys in the trenches. These boys in the trenches. These boys. These boys in the trenches. Do you hear me? Oh my God, bruh. These boys, my boys in the trenches, though. These boys in the slums. Do you hear me, bruh? These boys are in the trenches. These boys in the trenches. They're in the trenches, dog. Good player, but once again, he would have been there for you in the 4th round. He would have been there for you maybe in the 5th. These boys in the trenches, man. These boys are in the trenches. They're in the trenches, man. You gotta really, like, I know Sinker, because Coastal Carolina played Virginia this season. and homeboy was all over the field. But these boys in the trenches, man, like them boys burning that oil, bro. They burning that oil. They the Saints like, hey, you know how them OGs be talking to you and stuff like that, man. And you be like, man, dang, Unc, bro, man, you got it all, bro. Hey, but man, I got something for you, young blood. You ain't ready for this. Y'all had that OG that be talking to you, be like, hey, young blood, you ain't ready for this. And they just pull something out their closet like, oh, that's what the Saints on, boy. The Saints, like, y'all ain't ready for this. The Saints said 6'4" wide receiver well. Complimentary to Alvin Kamara well. Cornerback replacement for Paulson Adebo. What? We don't need that. Are you kidding me? The Saints said we gonna do what we want to do. The Saints said we gonna play these songs that we want to play. We don't care what y'all want to hear. Matter of fact, the lines are closed. There are no requests on this line. These boys in the trenches. This season has started and we already taken. I know some people I know for the last couple picks, you have several people that have been on Wikipedia. I know it. I know it. They're like, man, who? They said the Saints should move everybody out the front office, head coach and all. Don't care. He just got there. Hell, sell the team. Man, them boy mad, man. I guarantee you for the last couple picks, you had your fair share of Saints fans using Wikipedia to find out who the heck these players are. Man, says Sinker had 2 sacks and 2 interceptions in 4 years. Baller. I don't know, man. When it comes to him, I just think that, man, you need somebody that's gonna be a ball hawk, man. You need somebody that's gonna generate some turnovers. Like he gonna work hard. Wow. 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 I know this might upset some people, man, but I can't sit up here and just leave this unsaid. I just can't. The NFL ought to be ashamed of themselves, like they should. Like the NFL should be ashamed of themselves. No, nothing taken away from Dylan Gabriel. I think somebody mentioned in the chat that to hear your name called is an honor. But the NFL and these teams are blackballing Shadur Sanders. Plain and simple. They are blackballing this dude. They are basically saying, without saying, we don't want you here. It ain't even about humility at this point. It's not even about humility at this point. It's not. It's not even about that. It's about trying to embarrass this dude and trying to make him basically like they are basically blackballing this dude. They are blackballing this dude, and they ought to be ashamed of themselves. They know that this guy should be drafted. They know this guy should be drafted. But instead, they want to if you honestly believe that there isn't some type of collusion going on right here, you're out your freaking mind. You just do not want to accept Shadur. Like you just don't want to accept him. You just don't want to accept the fact that the NFL is blackballing this dude. Like you got to be an absolute moron not to see this at this point. And I like to think that people that are watching this right now, we got 1,350 people watching this right now. I want to believe that 1,350 people have some levels of intelligence here. This is a straight up 100% grade A collusion. I don't know how they did it. I don't know. And we've seen this before. I said this on night one. When the NFL feel like there is something that can make them maybe possibly have a black eye or make them look bad or they feel like they got to go in defense mode, they will assemble the megazord of ownership and making sure that they bear down, buckle down on making decisions. They did it with Colin Kaepernick. In my opinion, they did it with Austin Collie back in the day. Anything that will give them a black eye or make them feel a certain type of way, guess what? Guess what, folks? They're going to be like, nah, bro, not on our watch. They are doing this dude dirty. And I understand what this can actually mean, me saying this stuff, but I can't look. That is not right. The NFL, them doing this is not right. You know it, and I know it. I understand why they're doing this, but I guarantee you, if they're in that green room, cut them cameras off, they having the same conversation I'm having right now. They can't go on TV and say this stuff. But I guarantee you, with their cup of coffee, with their bagel in their hand, they having the same conversation we having right now. They got the Falcons on the clock. They gonna drive a quarterback too? They get Xavier White. That's who I would have thought the Saints would have got. But I digress. And this is why Deion, I feel, will never coach the NFL. I know that man. This ain't even like we want to humble you. This is like we don't want you here type stuff. That's what this like. This is like, man, we don't want you here type stuff. This draft is not a good one. Where do y'all give the Saints grade tonight? Where y'all give the Saints draft grade tonight? Where do y'all give it? I give the Saints a C. I give the Saints a C tonight. I give them a C. You got a quarterback that had 3 season-ending injuries, but you're saying he can spin it. You got a defensive lineman who you probably could have got, in the 4th round. You picked him in the 3rd. And you got a safety who you could have gotten in the 4th, maybe even the 5th, and you picked him in the 3rd. I give it a C. Man, it's sad, bro. I can't let me see. Scott says I can't believe Shadur isn't way better than a 3rd round pick. All right, the Raiders got 2 picks. The Raiders got, if they come out here with Quinn Ewers or somebody like that, bro. They did all that, man. I don't like the Saints draft, man. The Saints draft the same status quo. The status quo. Let's read Tyler Shuck's scouting report. Let's read his scouting report. I'm just disgusted at what I'm seeing tonight. I'm absolutely disgusted with what I'm seeing tonight. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I am absolutely disgusted at what I'm seeing tonight from the National Football League. They know doggone well that this dude deserves to be drafted already. This man, they ought to be ashamed, man. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. When I say they should be ashamed, man, they should be ashamed. They ought to be an absolute shame of themselves, the way that they have done this kid tonight. Regardless of what y'all may think about his father or whatever, we've seen guys who've been in all different type of precarious positions, found with drugs, molestation charges, you know what I'm saying, like R charges, you know what I'm saying, like all these type of charges, and these dudes still be going in the first round. People just look past that. Here you got a kid that has a belief in himself, that just tells you that he believes in himself, and you can't humble this dude because he has a sense of confidence in himself, and y'all don't like that. So to prove to him, oh, you ain't all that, we control this, you gonna have this man dropping in the draft for what, man? Like, come on, man. The only thing that I'm just really happy with is the fact that he's not one of those kids that, you know, just need money. You know what I'm saying? Like this is hurting his bottom line to a certain extent. Like he gonna be all right. But it just, man, it's just right there in front of your face, man. Like it's just right there in front of your face. Yeah, that humility mess went out the door after he wasn't picked in the second round. Yep. This is like us against you type stuff. This is us against you. And this is on, like, if the Raiders got 2 back-to-back picks right here. If the Raiders don't pick him and with one of these picks, like, I mean, we already know what it is. But I'm just saying, like, we already know what it is. So Tyler Shuck, let's look at it. Okay. At the time, I'm pretty sure they did this draft evaluation a little bit further back, but they had him ranked as the 6th best quarterback on the board. This is according to Draft Buzz. I'm pretty sure he was much better than that, probably about maybe moved up to 4. They said his scouting, this is some of his strengths. Natural velocity generator that will drive the ball to all 3 levels without straining, shows particularly impressive juice when hitting deep crosses and seam routes in stride. Clean, compact release and minimal waist movements allow him to get the ball out quickly, even under duress. Ball explodes out of his hands. So he has really good, really good velocity on his throws, right? So let's see what this is. Let's see what. Right. So if the Raiders don't pick him here, let's go back to the scouting report, man. I'm just disgusted, man. I'm just absolutely disgusted at what I'm seeing tonight. Absolutely disgusted. Demonstrates advanced ability to alter arm slots and release points while maintaining accuracy, especially impressive on off-platform throws rolling left. So he has all the arm talent, man. Like, so that's why we have to be optimistic about Tyler Shuck. He can display all the abilities that you need in order for you to play the quarterback position. All right. You know, he can do all those things, but the weaknesses are he's already 25 years old and will likely cap his developmental ceiling compared to younger prospects in the class who have shown similar tools. Significant durability concerns with multiple collarbone issues and broken fibula limiting him to just 42 games across 7 college seasons. Low body mechanics can break down under pressure, causes throws to sail when he feels or fails to drive through his plant leg. Let's see what he. Can lock onto primary reads too long rather than working through progressions. Needs to improve progressing speed post snap. Completion percentage drop nearly 30 points when pressured. Tend to make poor decisions when the pocket breaks down. So a guy who has durability issues and has happy feet when he's under pressure, can't stand in the pocket, and more than likely gonna panic. I don't know, man. What y'all think, man? What y'all think? So you got all this stuff, going on. Like you got to count on durability, and you got to count on him being able to make plays from the pocket. Hoping he don't have happy feet. I'm trying to see his NFL comparison. I'm trying to see who they're comparing him to. A lot of people compared him to Blake Bortles. I think the last NFL comparison I've heard, people were comparing him to Blake Bortles. I don't need to tell y'all that's not necessarily a good thing. So I don't know, man. I'll go ahead and put up this YouTube. I'll just go ahead and put up this YouTube video so y'all can check out a little bit of it. We'll stop it once it gets a little bit redundant. All right. See what it is. All right. So this is scouting review. Shouts out to NFL Draft with Josh and Hayden. Those guys work really hard, man. Met them at the NFL Draft.
This is Louisville quarterback
NFL Combine, excuse me.
25-year-old quarterbacks with just one full season of starter reps typically put right in the recycle bin. But to me, Shuck's tape is at least too good to completely write off. Unlike the other quarterbacks in this class, he's 6'5". There's actually reps of him playing under center. He actually ran at the combine too, showcased 4.63 speed. So there's obviously some red flags that we have to work through here, but there are at least enough NFL throws sprinkled into his film to take him seriously.
Yeah, I think when NFL quarterback coaches in January, February start looking at, college prospects across the landscape, and they see a guy that is just like to me a true
to this guy, because maybe when they were playing quarterback back in the day, it looked more like this than what we're used to in modern football.
Yeah, he looks like the old, to me, and other people might disagree, this statue quarterback that can execute the game plan. Now, this is not the type of quarterback that I gravitate to, but I'm just here talking about this at my desk online to an audience of YouTube, by the way. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. He is so risk averse and so averse to taking contact that, to me, that's only going to be magnified when he reaches the NFL.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Like, you already had issues. You already had issues with a quarterback that already was erratic when he felt a sense pressure. Now you about to replace him with another person that does the same thing. Like, I'm just saying, man, like, dude gonna sit up there and be panicking. Like, if you're doing that in college, think about this. The time for you to throw in college is much longer than it is in the pros. Like, you only have like a few seconds in order for you to dissect and make plays. Like I say, man, I mean, for the exception, like, I don't even want to say that. Yeah, he sounds like you are moving on from Derek Carr and replacing him with Derek Carr. That's what it seems like. So I don't know, man. This is like, if you believe in Spencer Rattler, like, man, you gotta hope that Spencer works out. I hope that Spencer comes in and be ready to work, man. You know, and try to push it to a point where he can become the starter. He can become the starter, and the New Orleans Saints don't have to force the issue with Tyler Shuck coming out here trying to be the guy, trying to be the dude. You know, I just hope that ain't the case. Because if that's it, then you know what I'm saying, the Saints really in trouble. Man, this is absolutely insane. This man, they really about to make this man get drafted in the 4th round. They really are about to have this man being drafted in the 4th round. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable, man. This is unfreaking believable. But anyway, yeah, man, I like if he can stay healthy and be slinging that rock, I think that, you know, it might make people excited, you know, but I mean, having them happy feet, man, that don't make me excited. They don't make me excited about it. We got 1,456 people watching this live right now, and I want to say thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. I hope that you subscribe to the channel. If we had 1,456 likes across platforms, we'll be all right. We will be all right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just asking that you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Shouts out to everybody that's been here over the last couple of days. I'm going to try to get back for the final day. Probably going to be towards the end. It probably won't be a live reaction show on tomorrow, but I will come back to give you all my breakdown of the Saints NFL draft. Night 2 to me was not very good. Very average, C+ type stuff from the New Orleans Saints. Trying to be too smart, trying to be too cute. I don't know if these draft picks going to work out or not, but it just seemed like it's the same old song and dancing. But this is what happens when nobody is questioning Mickey Loomis, and Mickey Loomis is going to continue to just do some of these same old things over and over again, and hoping that Kellen Moore can be able to work with the ineptitude of this front office. It's absolutely embarrassing. I mean, honestly, I just want to kind of call it a night between the Saints with these reaches and Shadur Sanders out here, you know, being, you know, getting absolutely blackballed in front of the entire world. I'm just absolutely sick tonight. I'm just absolutely sick. Hopefully these picks work out. The only one I'm pretty optimistic about is the one that they had on night 1. Man, I just want to see this team do something. But they not giving me no type of confidence, especially Mickey Loomis. I already said I'm out. I'm out on Mickey Loomis. There's nothing that Mickey Loomis can do that will make me look at him any other way. The only thing for me, in my opinion, Saints fans just gotta hope that the same thing that happened with Sean Payton and Drew Brees is what could possibly happen with Kellen Moore and Spencer Rattler, Kellen Moore and Tyler Shuck. Like, you gotta hope something like that happens. You gotta hope like something like that happens. But this, man, if I ain't love this team so much, man, if I ain't root for this team since I was like 4 years old, I promise you, man, I would change this show from the State of the Saints to the State of the NFL, and I'll just be talking NFL football. Because this team, man, they need more than just Mickey Loomis upstairs calling the shots and making these ridiculous decisions with nothing coming of it, no matter how bad the decisions are or how way out in left field these decisions are. Like, it don't matter. Like, I can go to the podium, man, I don't want to answer that. I just don't want to answer that. I just don't want to answer that. Like, bro, previous episodes of the State of the Saints podcast are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM. You can follow me on X at TJAYJones8. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. Shouts out to all the sports fans of respected teams that came over. Thank you all so much. And like always, all I got to say is, who that, I guess.
Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
All I got to say is, who that?